Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alec Reed. This is my channel Alec Reads. Today we are reading Marriage, a Heartstopper fanfiction by heartstopper_fan22 on Wattpad. Today we are reading chapter 26, Forgiveness, all the way up to 27. But I do want to let everybody know that I am going on vacation. So these next couple of videos are going to be pre-recorded. So if I sound rushed, that's probably why. It's because I rush when I'm stressed. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. Welcome back, or welcome to if you're new here. I read fan fictions and books, but leave recommendations in the comments, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. You can either give me recommendations, or you can always just say hello. I would love to talk to y'all. But yeah, let's jump right into the video. Let's get started. Chapter 26. Charlie's Perspective. We walked into the hotel room Nick had picked, and I was still shocked that he had really fought his brother. I don't know if it's because I'm smaller and weaker, but getting into a fist fight with someone is high up there on my greatest fears list. Maybe Nick doesn't feel the same way as me, but it still haunts me thinking about him getting into a fist fight over me. The cut on his face was pretty deep and full of sand, and I'm kind of freaking out because I'm not good with medical stuff. I have no idea if he needs stitches or not. If I were to ask him, he would definitely say absolutely no. He doesn't like taking care of himself in that way. He would rather just pretend he's fine. It reminds me of the time back in high school when he got tackled in a championship rugby game and played the whole rest of the game with a fractured wrist, just because he didn't want me or anybody else to worry about him. I've learned over the years when he's in pain, and I can just tell by his face, that it was bothering him a bit. Nick finally sorted the stuff at the front desk, and we walked into our room. It felt very cozy, like when you come inside after being in the snow all day, and you curl up on the couch with a cup of hot chocolate and coffee as well, and just watch a film with your favorite person, mine being Nick. It almost felt like whenever I went with Nick, felt like home, maybe because Nick is home to me. We can just have an us holiday then, Nick said while putting our bags down. We had asked Nick's mom to drop them off to us, and she did. I smiled and said, yeah. He walks closer to me and says, baby, you sound so disappointed. I wasn't disappointed. In fact, I was happy we didn't have to spend more time with David, but I was worried about his cut. It could be infected or need stitches. That's the problem. I just don't know. I replied, I'm not disappointed. I'm just worried about your face. You said your back hurt. Now, how hard did he tackle you? Nick looks away and says, I'm fine. He didn't even tackle me that hard. I say in response, are you sure? He says, yes, I'm okay, Char. I'm going to go put on my pajamas now. I smiled and grabbed my phone out of my pocket. Once Nick leaves the room, I go into my contacts and press on Tao. I was calling Tao because he was super into medical stuff and was training to become an open heart surgeon. He definitely would know what to do. I know we're not in the best terms since the beach, but I needed his help, and I'm really ready to forgive him. After all, he is my best friend and had no intention of hurting me or Darcy. Ring, ring, ring. Tao. Hey, Charlie. I'm sorry for what happened at the beach. I'm still not completely sure what happened, but I realized I shouldn't have ever pushed you in the water. I'm so sorry. I had really had no intention. Charlie. Tao. I know you never meant to do that, and it's okay. You're my best friend, and I'll always forgive you, but I wanted to ask you a medical question. Nick's face has been cut open quite deep, and I don't know if he needs stitches or it's infected. Tao. Well, let me see, and I can tell you. Charlie. Give me a few minutes. I need to go get Nick. I placed the phone down on the bed and went to the bathroom to find Nick. I came up behind him and placed my head on his shoulder. He was wearing his boxers. "Charlie, I'm really tired. Can we go to bed now?" he says, while resting his head on top of mine. "Nick, I need you to talk to someone first." He looks at me with a confused expression on his face, then replies, "Who?" I say, "Tao. You know he's in training to become a nurse, so I need him to look at your face." Nick scoffs. "Tao? Really? He hurt you, Charlie. You were close to dying, and also put Darcy in danger too." I knew that he was saying the truth, but that didn't discard the fact that Tao was a really good nursing student and knew what he was talking about. "Nick, you know how bad my anxiety is, and if you don't let him see it, I won't be able to sleep, so please, for me." Nick hugged me tight and said, "Fine. You're lucky I love you so much and can't stand seeing you worry." I felt butterflies in my stomach. He was so caring and cared about me a lot. I point the phone camera to Nick's face and show Tao the cut. Tao: "Wow, that's a pretty good cut. But it's much longer than it is deep. You don't need stitches, and it shouldn't become infected if you wash it out. Maybe clean it with hydrogen peroxide?" Charlie: "Oh good. Thank you so much, Tao. We will all should meet up again once we're back." Tao: "I would love that. I could apologize in person because I really am so sorry, Charlie." Nick: "I think that's a good idea. You definitely owe Charlie a big apology." Charlie: "Okay, we'll keep in touch, and we'll let you know when we get back. Bye." Tao: "Bye." Charlie: "Can I clean your cut now?" I say to Nick. He groans and says, "Fine." We go to the washroom, and I gently rub his cut with a wet paper towel, then rub the sand and dirt off the rest of his face. I love caring for Nick. I don't get to clean him up often because he usually hides it when he gets hurt. He says, "You're enjoying this a little too much." I smirk and say, "Sorry, I love you." He immediately picks me up and cradles me like a baby in his arms. You know you're not allowed to say sorry, even in a sarcastic way. I can't help but laugh. He pulls me into bed and snuggles up beside me. "You're cute when you're focused." I reply, "Shut up," and snuggle even closer. So chapter 27 is actually just smut. So we are actually reading chapter 26 to chapter 28 today. Yeah. But anyway, chapter 28, the last day of vacation, is the chapter we're reading now. Charlie's perspective. I didn't want to sit around and do nothing today, like yesterday. Don't get me wrong, me and Nick had an amazing day, cuddling, watching films, embarrassing each other, and talking about our feelings. But we can do that any old day. This is our last day in Morocco, and our first real vacation together. I know Nick is going to be super hesitant about going to the beach because the last few horrible experiences we have. But I love going to the beach with just him and I. I really want to have a fun day out with my boyfriend after all this craziness. He has, as usual, been making breakfast to make sure I ate enough. He has the most selfish person I have ever met. "Nick, we should go to the beach today. Just us in the sand, soaking up our last day here." He turns around and says, "Char, I don't know. The beach has been really terrible this whole summer, especially for you." I look up at him and hug him tight. "I know, but me and you go to the beach, just us, and it's fine." He gives me a suspicious look and says, "Charlie, are you doing this because you think I want to go, or do you really want to go?" I didn't want to keep secrets from Nick anymore, and I have been putting in tons of effort to be truthful and honest with him. I understand why he's asking, though. I usually like to put other people's wants before mine and ignore my own feelings, but I wasn't doing this time. I really did want to go to the beach with him, Then I interlock my fingers with his and say, I told you I was going to stop hiding my feelings from you. I want you to trust me. That's why I'm telling you the truth. I really do want to go to the beach with you. He smiles, and I can tell he wants to go just as badly as I want to. Good, because I love you and I need to know how you really feel so we can work as a team and you don't need to struggle alone. I wasn't going to tell him this, but he's right. I need to tell him how I feel. Nick, one thing though. Can we not go to the beach that close to us? Because I really don't want to run into David again. He replies, definitely, that's a perfect idea. It will just be us. I prefer it that way. Nick's perspective. We ate breakfast and now we're on our way to the beach called Bluestone. It was a 30-minute drive away. We chose this one because it wasn't too far, but also we knew that my mom and David weren't going to be there. Charlie sat in a passenger seat, as always, with his knees tucked up to his chest and his sunglasses on. This moment reminded me of that time when we were driving home. It was my last day of high school ever. Charlie was sitting in the seat just like this. His sunglasses and his curly hair, although now his hair was quite a bit longer. The sun shining on his beautiful skin. I remember taking pictures of him on my Polaroid camera that day. That picture is still one of my favorite photos of Charlie, to this day. So I take my phone out of my pocket and take 2 photos before he notices me. Nick, I look so bad right now. My hair is a mess. I have a stain on my shirt. I know. He didn't see himself the way I did, because I thought he looked like the cutest guy ever in this moment. His hair was flowing around in the wind. His shorts and shirt matched perfectly. His skin looked bright and glowy in the sun, and he looked so cute with those sunglasses. Oh my god. I replied, Char, you look so cute right now. I can't believe you just said that. He sits there, and I see a small grin appear on his face. He was trying to hide it, but I could tell he couldn't help himself. Then I say, you know when you do that little half smile and you're even cuter? He blushes and says, I do not. I say in response, you most definitely do. And I pinch his tiny cheeks because he's so sassy. He lays his head down on my shoulder and says, Nick, you have the most perfect face. Hair, body, style, eyes, everything about you is perfect. And you think I'm cute? If cute was a person, it would be, I cut him off and say, you. If cute was a person, it would be you. I then take my phone out again and snap a selfie of us together. Me sitting in the driver's seat, holding the wheel of our Jeep with one hand, and Charlie leaned over, practically sitting on my seat, laying his small head on my shoulders. And both of us wearing matching sunglasses and swim trunks. In my opinion, this was the perfect photo. Charlie looked so natural. He wasn't trying to force a smile, he was just smiling. It felt like I captured a moment where both of us just felt genuinely happy. Like it was just us up against the world and nobody else mattered. We didn't even need anything else or anybody else. We were content just being us. Alright, everyone, that is the last chapter for today. I'm really sorry I couldn't read chapter 27, but it was like all smut, and obviously YouTube has guidelines that I have to follow if I would like to continue. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and also you can always just leave comments down below saying hello. I would love to say hello to you guys and give you some opinions on the videos. But anyway, good night, good morning, or good afternoon to you. Goodbye, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Bye, friends.